up, everyone? How you guys doing? Welcome to this video doing something a little different today. I'm answering a question that I received. Well, actually, I've been getting a lot of these damn questions. But first, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, pass us around the whole 9 yards, and visit us on our other platforms. But anyway, I'm going to be answering this question once and freaking for all. And it's actually a pretty good question, man, because I've been talking about it a little bit in my op-eds and stuff, and that is if a riding club needs to go to a dominant for a blessing. Black Dragon actually did a video on this topic, and I'm going to link it to the description box or in the comment sections, one of the two. I'll be linking that way he can pick up if I missed anything. So because I'm usually not doing these much anymore, I'm mostly on the biker news stuff, but I have been talking about riding clubs and the reasons why you should be joining them. If you want to join anything at all, that's the best route to take. Over on hooliganbiker.com, that's where a lot of my opinions are at. That's the op-ed site. Freaking, yeah, duh, brain fart. Anyway, go over there, check it out. I actually got freaking a real heated one yesterday, and that was talking about, the biker life is mostly a man's type of deal. So maybe I'll do a video on that, but you just see that article over there. Anyway, I guess the answer to that all depends on what you're trying to do. There is a lot of riding clubs that try to fly under the radar, get away from protocol and stuff, but they're doing it to act like a motorcycle club. They'll go out there, they'll throw on the RCs, the whole 9 yards, but they are actually trying to be an MC without actually having to go through all the protocol stuff. And one of the ways you can tell when a riding club is actually trying to act like an MC is they'll throw an RC on that back patch, but next thing you know, they have rockers on their patch. Most riding clubs, and it used to be a one-piece patch was a riding club or association, a two-piece patch was a non-one-percenter, and then the three-piece was the one-percenter patches. That's all out the door nowadays because everything in this freaking lifestyle is backwards compared to what I remember it being. But some of the good riding there's a lot of great riding clubs out there, and most of the time they'll wear a one-piece patch. They'll have the RC somewhere in there. They won't claim state, none of that stuff. And, your Hog Group, that's a riding club, and most people don't get or don't know the history. It was actually the manufacturers that started riding clubs back in the day. That way, people would coalesce around their product, go out, enjoy everything. It was a sport back then. And that's kind of like what Hog is right now and has always been is, a group of riders, like-minded that wants to go out there, ride, go to events. They don't have any, particular bylaws where it's stringent, where you have to give your life away. Basically, the way it is with, depending on what kind of motorcycle club you're in. But then there's the AMA clubs. That's the American Motorcycle Association clubs. A lot of people go to them, and personally, I know everybody bashes on them. I like AMA. I like AMA for the flat track racing. I like it for the hill climbs. I like a lot of the motocross stuff they do. They're really geared towards that type of stuff. They got the Gypsy tour, something that's been going on for decades. I really like the AMA because of the discounts and all the member benefits, man. They got a lot of them. They really do. And a lot of motorcycle clubs really don't bother those clubs much that are AMA affiliated because they know, they're not out there trying to be something they're not. And I think that's a big problem with some of the riding clubs nowadays is they're trying to be something they're not. I always say Well, if you want to be in a motorcycle club, why try hiding it? Just go out and do the right freaking thing. I know there's a lot of people that are against protocol, but there's reasons for it that I'm not going to get in here. You can go to Black Dragon or Big Cell's channel, check it out, and they've been around. They can tell you about that. So I don't really want to get into the protocol crap, but they usually want to skirt around that stuff. They want the look, but they don't want to put the work into what it takes to be an MC. And if you watch my past videos, going all the way back when we first started this channel back up last year, you'll see how I talked about, I know there's a lot of people that don't like it, but it's the streets. That's the way tradition's been, and that's the way it's always going to be. I don't think you're going to stop that stuff. And people get bugged when you act like you're something you're not. This is especially true, again, when RCs are wearing rockers and all that stuff. To the public, they look like a motorcycle club. And if they're out there doing something stupid, it comes back on the dominants. It comes back on other motorcycle clubs. And personally, I don't think it's right either for them to go around. A lot of people put in some hardcore time to be in an MC, to wear what they're wearing, to get the reputation that they get, while you got the others that just jump in. So, a lot of people out there that's been around the lifestyle understand what I'm trying to say right there. Other great groups are, the Moose Riders, for example. I actually got an interview coming up. We're going to do a video interview with one of the state representatives of Moose Riders. Now, Moose Riders, I'm a big fan of. I've actually been in the Loyal Order of Moose over 20 years. Really great organization. They're about Mooseheart, Illinois. Anything to do with helping kids, I'm really into that kind of stuff. They got the orphanage over there. Then you got the retirement community down in Florida. But the Moose Riders, you got to be a member of the Moose. And they're all over the place. And their patch is basically Mooseheart, Moose Haven with a moose in the center. It's a one-piece patch. They don't have any territory on it. That's a riding club. Or you got the Honda Riders or the Victory Riders. I don't know if they still got Victory Riders since they got rid of it, but they probably do. A lot of manufacturer type of deals. Then you got a lot of associations that you can join, and the biggest difference is those rockers, and most of them are going to have a one-piece patch. With a riding club, all you do is send in your money. You're not prospecting, you're not doing any of that type of stuff. And when you get a riding club that starts prospecting, starts running like an MC, well, what do you expect's going to happen, man? People are going to start taking notice about what you're doing. It's just common sense. So you got to know what a true riding club is, social club, association, whatever you want to call it, compared to those trying to act like something they're not. Now, if you're going to join a true riding club, you're going to pay your money. You're going to go ride, have fun, do your thing with people that are, like-minded like you, that really don't want the commitment of an MC, but want to get together, ride, have fun, the whole 9 yards. And that's why I'm always saying, go join a freaking riding club, man. It's awesome. Or stay independent, whatever. You got ABATE, you got Motorcycle Rights Foundation. There's so much out there other than motorcycle clubs, which people are not ready for. Personally, I don't believe most are ready for clubs because they really don't understand the commitment, the money. It's expensive to be in a motorcycle club, let me tell you. I seen people where they had a hard time paying their dues, man. I really did. But riding clubs, there ain't that pressure there. There isn't that where you got to choose sides. You don't have to be on one side of the fence or the other. You can go out there and really enjoy what the scene is about. I actually say, and I argue this in many of the op-eds I've done, is the riding club is actually the truest form of the traditional club that you can get. Because again, when everything, from the time motorcycles came off that assembly line, they had riding clubs from the manufacturers. Then, of course, it turned into the race teams. And from the race teams, you had the clubs that came out. And then you had all this, different subsets within the scene that started up. So riding clubs are the truest form that you're going to get. And I truly believe is the most fun. I love not having responsibility. Me personally, I don't know how you guys are. I love not having it. I love not having commitments anymore. I love just being able to go out, ride with a bunch of buddies. And if you're in a riding club, that's the same thing. Now, riding clubs, you're going to probably have a mixture, a true riding club anyway. Or, see, a true riding club's going to have male and female in it. You got Hog, again, AMA, a lot of them. But when you get a riding club that's acting like an MC, you might not have women in it, or you might have. I don't know. Again, so much has changed. It's unfreaking real. So just keep that in mind. But hopefully I answered that question the best I could. Again, you can go into the link below. You'll see Black Dragon's video on this subject. Go and check him out. Go check out his other material as there about riding clubs. You might really like it and stuff like that. Don't forget to go over to Instagram. I'm actually doing shorter videos than this over on Instagram, where you can... I just come off the cuff with all kinds of different subjects. It might not all be biker related. It's just what's going on in my crazy mind and stuff. Hooliganbiker.com, where did I take some email fury from that article, man, where I was talking about how the biker scene is a man's, dominated scene, man. And boy, did I take some hits, and that and the PC comments I made. So I don't hold back on them articles, man. Everybody should know that. Hooliganbiker.com. Then, of course, you got HarleyLiberty.com for all your club-related news, and then BikerLifestyleMagazine.com, where we cover a lot of the good that isn't in the biker scene. I know a lot of people say, hey, why don't you cover this, or why don't you cover that? It's because we got 3 different type of platforms when it comes to the news. Again, HarleyLiberty.com, you're going to see a lot of your 1% news, a lot of your 99% news over there. BikerLifestyleMagazine.com, you're going to see, clubs that are doing a lot of fundraising stuff. And then, of course, HooliganBiker.com, you get all my crazy thoughts. We're also on Twitter, Instagram. Don't forget, every Monday we have full-length episodes of Motorcycle Madhouse. So go over there, take a look. I'll talk to you guys later.